Hello everyone, artist Charles Wolfe here. This is Impulsive Artistry. Today I'll be painting a beautiful abstract oil painting for you all. For this painting you'll need the following tools: a palette of some sort, an easel, a canvas. I'm working today on a 16 by 20 inch canvas, a palette knife, a bright brush, and a chip brush. Can't wait to get started on this, so before we begin, let me talk about my palette. Today I'll be using the following colors: Ultramarine Blue, Lemon Yellow, Titanium White, Ivory Black, and Orange Vermillion. Sit back and relax and enjoy this painting lesson. Here's another look at my palette. I'm going to start today with a mixture of the Ultramarine Blue and some Ivory Black. I'm going to toss in a little bit of the liquid white medium into that, lighten it up a bit, get some of the blue to show through stronger. Putting it up in the top right corner, as well as in mass bigger here in the middle to the left. Back to my darker blue mix with the black. Using a big, wide 3-inch brush today. A 2-inch brush would work as well. This is a nice big moppy brush. I'll switch over to a chip brush to grab some titanium white, liquid white, lemon yellow, and orange vermilion. Get a nice coral color going today. I love that orange vermilion. It's a nice bright red pushing into orange. Great color. Put a little bit of this lighter color here, kind of a coral. Play that orange against the blue. Complementary colors, of course. A lot more of the red, pushing that forward with the pure orange vermilion. You'll notice that today my palette is quite messy, and that's because I just finished the other painting, Ocean Flame, that you can find on my channel here. I did that painting first, and then I still had paint left on my palette, so I decided to create this abstract with what was left over on the palette. Added a little more paint here and there as needed, but for the most part I tried to use what was left over. Just trying to get coverage, thick layers of oil paint. If my brush gets a little bit dirty, that's okay. Gonna grab a bright brush, lemon yellow, orange vermilion, and some titanium white. Just a touch of that orange vermilion, mostly lemon yellow and white. The liquid white is a great medium to thin out your paints, makes everything a little bit lighter, similar to using, say, linseed oil or white spirits. Yellow at the top left corner. Cerulean Blue and Titanium White with my palette knife. More of the Cerulean Blue, just pure now. Mostly just filling in the space. Put some more blue down here. Love that Cerulean Blue. It's a brilliant, bold color. Fantastic. I want the colors on the bottom left corner to be more muted, so I'm going to blend them more together and darken them. I'm going to push the viewer's eye to the top right, where I have that red, orange, vermilion color coming in, and that's going to be the focal point of the piece. Sort of a glow to it. We're going to go for a fairly blended look, as it is a nebula that we are creating. Or an impression, sort of an artist's rendition of a nebula. All those beautiful swirling gases. Fantastic. Some more yellow, lemon yellow down here at the bottom right. Blending into the blue now. Putting a little more of the liquid white onto my palette. Take my big moppy brush and blend that together. Something that I'm going to be trying to observe more and more in my abstracts is the idea that hard edges are going to come forward into space and softer blended edges tend to recede. Now I know this instinctually, that a softer blended edge is going to be flatter and push back, but I'm going to be trying to use that to my advantage to create some beautiful smooth artwork today and to create some depth in my painting. The left hand side needs to come forward so the background, the brighter focal point, kind of feels like a glowing effect behind. I need harder edges, sharper breaks between color and texture on the left hand side so that the background feels just like that, a background. More of the lemon yellow, pure out of the tube. Blending down with my bright brush, clean it off, grab some more of the liquid white and some more of the lemon yellow. Lots of liquid white here. Fill in the space and blend it into the blue gently. Making the brushwork more visible right here. I really like the bottom right hand side right now. It looks about what I want it to be. Some movement, some texture, nice colors, it's nice and light, interesting shapes, all good things. Pulling over some of this muted red. Here's some titanium white with my clean, bright brush. Again, softening these edges so that they work as a background layer. More of the white. That line of blue is coming forward because it's such a sharp edge on the right hand side as it hits that white-blue mixture. Grabbing some orange vermilion with my big, clean, bright brush, and put that in over here and bring up the intensity. Really establish this as the focal point of the piece. Vertical strokes here. Back to my titanium white. Lighter color here. And and as I work, gently softening some of the edges. Back to my yellow-orange mix and the liquid white. Really like the sort of muted kind of pastel feel to this one. Some brighter colors bursting through, but for the most part it's calm. Making sure that I cover all of my canvas here and blend it out. Oil paint is great because you can adjust things and simply blend the edges very effortlessly. Just start from the darker portion and blend outwards, and that'll be how you can create smoother transitions with oil paint. It's a little bit harder to get the same effect in acrylic. You have to gently add more of white, a little more of the other color, and slowly transition it by hand, try to make it look really smooth. Oil paint, you can do so much easier. Grabbing my 3-inch brush, bringing in more of the ultramarine and ivory black mix, although there's a lot more blue this time than the black as before. Predominantly the ultramarine blue is what I'm adding here. And like I said, I want to make some movement happen. And one way you can do that is with light and dark. So I'm going to have an area of less activity, this darker section at the bottom and the left, so that your eye is pulled forward towards the top right. Now here I'm tinkering a bit, blending things out a little bit more. Gonna go back in with some more of the Cerulean Blue. My plan here is to have basically two main focal points. It's going to be the dark left-hand side, and then the streak of orange vermilion that we will put in on the top right. I'll show you that in a moment. Then we have these darker platforms that we're going to be putting in with a palette knife later on, and that's going to be sort of the main structural elements. Here's the Ultramarine Blue and the Ivory Black. Vertical lines, thick paint, break through that layer. More paint here. Pull your paint out and cut across to get a nice roll. I really like the texture of this darker color. And it's about here that I decide to put in some spires. We'll have a platform kind of thing going out this way. Nice sharp edge. Another spire over here, using just the edge of that knife. Another horizontal line here, cutting straight across, a little bit longer this one. Because there are the hard edges on those spires, what I call platforms, they come forward. Lines provide a great deal of structure to an abstract. If it looks too one note, adding some structural lines can really pull the whole thing forward and make it much more interesting. few shorter horizontal lines here and there. And a few horizontal ones as well. Back to my lemon yellow and a touch of the orange vermilion in that with a clean palette knife. Gonna make this orange vermilion really pop up here at the top. Now a second ago I put in some white, but I feel like it clashes too much with the spires on the left, so I'm gonna mute that down and blend it out, soften the edges again so that it recedes into space. But first, bring up the intensity of this orange. Really want your eye to be drawn to the top right portions. Blending over here, clean, bright brush. Back to my dark blue mix. Extending that line downwards. Put another horizontal line over here. Some more of the blue-black mix. Another horizontal line. Scrape off the excess of this white. And again, blend out the edges, calms down the space, and it makes everything transition that much better. The moment I soften this, now your eye is drawn to the hard edge of the red streak coming in at a diagonal, and that's where I want your eye to go. Even though we're painting an abstract, we still want to have a certain flow to it, and the more you can think about your viewer's eye and how it moves across the painting, the better the painting can be. It should be dynamic and interesting. It should have movement and form and texture. All the same things that a great landscape should have, an abstract should have as well. I'm gonna bring some more of this yellow here. Kind of pull the yellow and the blue together, marry the two. Using my palette knife to get some nice streaks and bursts of color. Looking for a way to kind of pull the two halves of this composition together. I'm going to darken it around the bottom here so that the yellow pops. And blend that out as well. More of the liquid white and the lemon yellow. As the ultramarine blue settles in and this painting dries, it's going to be a little bit darker on the left-hand side, and the whole thing is going to have a certain glow to it. Blending here, clean, bright brush. Calming down the top portion of this painting. There, that's better. And with that, we're basically done. If you'd like to buy one of my paintings, you can on Etsy, etsy.com/shop/impulsiveartistry. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.